Today, I bring you all my last book talk on the Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin because I finished the Retribution of Dyer, the third book, and I don't know how to feel. I read this book in like 3 days, but technically I really read it today and yesterday because I just read a lot and it was really good. I actually really liked this book. I don't think it was as good as the first two, but it was definitely better than I expected because I went into this book knowing that a lot of people didn't think it was that good. And I, for the most part, enjoyed it, but I will say I was super duper confused and I was trying to keep my sanity while reading this book because so much crazy stuff happened and I was so lost. But since this is a final book, you're gonna have to leave if you haven't read it yet because I'm gonna be spoiling everything that happens and you don't want to know if you haven't read it yet. So like, peace out now, spoilers. Alright, so the Retribution of my Dyer. Third book. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it that I finished the trilogy in like 2 weeks. Wow. Proud of myself. But this book was, I don't even know where to begin because just so many things happened. And I think one of the reasons why I don't like this finale book is because, and this is like a reason that happens a lot when it comes to finale books, and it's that authors just seem to like to add all these plot points when it's like the situation they're in is already bad enough. But then the author's just like, how about we make this worse by, in this for example, adding all this gene stuff and what was I gonna say, manifesting, and then there's the flashbacks and everything going on with Mara's grandmother and Noah's mom and the professor who turns out to be the able dude, and it's like there was so much going on and there's already enough going on in this book. And what I want to know was, why the heck is Mara a part of this situation and what is going on, and can she do good things and can she be with Noah? Like, those were my important concerns. And I want to know the deal with Horizons because Horizons is a whacked up place and this whole Dr. Kell situation was really messed up. And when she died, yo, I was so happy when Mara killed her. I was like, yes, but I was very disgusted when she took Wayne's eyeball out because even thinking about it, oh my gosh, I'm gonna, no, I can't deal with stuff when it comes to eyes because, just cringe. Okay, I gotta stop talking about that. But, yeah, when all that happened though, I was like, yes, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane though, because she just actually killed these people. She killed like 3 or 4 people in this book, and she almost killed those people who were gonna, like, get hit by the train. It was crazy, but I just think all that stuff, I mean, I'm glad it happened, but like, it was extra, I don't know, but I just like want to know, like, if Mara was gonna be okay and could be with Noah. And speaking of Noah, Noah's gone for like 300 pages, and it was really weird because I would be reading and Noah would be mentioned and I would be like, yeah, I do think this guy's alive because, well, obviously because, you know, going into this, I know about the Becoming Noah Shaw. That's the first book in the Shaw Confessions. It's like a continuation of these books. And so I knew while reading this, Noah's alive. But there were some points where I was like, but is he really alive? Because he still hasn't showed up, and I have a lot of questions about him still, and that's why I'm probably going to read The Becoming Noah Shaw, because Noah Shaw shows up with his father, or I don't even know. I don't know. What happened to Noah during those 300 pages? Because there's a Noah chapter, which freaked me out, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember what happened at Horizons, but then, like, no, I don't really remember what happened after that, but now here I am, walking, and there's my dad, and there's Mara, and there's Jude, and I'm like, I just want to know what happened in that time period, because I feel like it's not really explained, at least I feel like it. I might have missed a detail. Please let me know in the comments down below if it is solved, or tell me what you think about it, but I just feel like I don't know what happened to Noah, and I really want to know, and I'm just interested in his character and his story, and that's why I'm gonna read The Becoming of Noah Shaw. But that whole situation with his father, with Noah Shaw's daddy, of course it was him who was behind all of this. I didn't guess that until the moment David Shaw showed up, and I was like, of course it's the one character we haven't met yet, who is super rich, who has been funding Horizons and knows about Noah and Mara and how he's a hero and she's a shadow and all this stuff. Of course it was him. I mean, by that point I was like, I was super mad, but I mean, by then I was like, it makes sense. And what surprised me though was that he's like, you know, Noah, you gotta kill Mara. Like, she is your weakness as her weakness is yours. And I really didn't think they were going to die. I was like, man, they've already come so far through all the crazy crap they've gone through already. If they can't die now. And when Noah grabbed her and took her to the floor, I really thought, well, I thought they were going to escape, but then they sat on the floor, and I was like, okay. But then he had this syringe, and he stabbed her with it, and I was like, Noah freaking Shaw, what are you doing? And then she died, and came back, and was fully manifested and healed. I still don't understand what that means. I mean, I get the manifest stuff, but what does it mean by healed? So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand that. Like, what, I don't know. I don't get it. And she comes back, and it's like, you know, coming back from the dead like Jesus. And but then she looks up, oh, and there's a knife in Noah, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Not just Mara died, but Noah died. And it's like, what? And they both come back from the dead. And I was like, I didn't like that. Like, one person dying and coming back would have been fine, but both of them, that's just like a little extra, and I didn't like it. I'm glad they're both alive, but like, did they both really have to die though? I mean, I'm just saying. And I really liked the last 70 pages with just them. And, well, I didn't like it because Mara was all like, oh, Noah. Oh, they got those letters. Oh my gosh, let me talk about these letters. Noah got letters from his mom, and I was like, I don't know, because we get to read about her from the flashbacks and how Noah was born not because she wanted a child, but because he's meant to be a hero, and how he was just crying over it. And I was like, oh. And then Mara gets the letter from the professor, I think it is, which I guessed it was Abel. I was reading one of those flashbacks, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this professor dude is Abel. And then, boom, it was. And I was like, nice. But she gets a letter, and he's like, oh yeah, Noah's meant to, like, save the world and get world peace and stop hunger. While if you're in the picture, you won't be able to do that. And so obviously Mara's like, I can't be with you, Noah. I have to let you go. You're destined for greatness, and we can't do this. And I really liked Noah's speech when he was like, yeah, this may all be happening, but look what we survived. And now we are finally at a point where we can somewhat live a normal life, and I don't care if we don't have a lot of time in the world left, but we have today, we have tomorrow, and I want to spend every moment I have with you until, you know, something bad does happen. If something happens between us, like, okay, fine, I'm gonna deal with it, but I want to spend all the time the world is giving us with you. And I just think that was just really beautiful, in how Mara finally realizes that, yes, something bad is probably going to happen between us again. Like, something like this book will happen to them again. But they just have to live in the present and not worry about that. They just have to appreciate this time they have and spend every moment they can with each other as much as possible, because they don't know when something bad can happen again. And I just really liked it. And then they had sex, of course, because who didn't see that coming? And I just really liked the end when they're at the park like a normal couple and she decides to write this story as a book. And the book ends with the line, "My name is not Dyer, but my lawyer told me I had to choose something." And when I read that, I was like, alright, but I've read this somewhere before, and then I remembered that's how this book starts. And it just clicked that all these books are the story, but now she's just going to change names and places, and I don't know why, but I love it when authors do stuff like that. I'm just like, it gets me in my feels, it hits me, and I just really liked it. And I do think this book was good. I do think a lot of stuff was wrapped up beautifully, but I still have a lot of questions, and that's why I'm going to read The Becoming of Noah Shaw, because I do want to know the answers to this stuff. So I'm gonna give it a shot, even though I'm really scared of reading Noah for a whole entire book because I might hate him, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. But I think that's all I have to say for this. It's been really, really fun reading this trilogy for the past 2 weeks. I forgot what it's like to marathon the trilogy, and it's just been a blast. I've loved it so, so much, and I really appreciate Dyer because I just think she's a very strong woman, and I'm really excited to see what is in store for her and Noah. I'm very interested in learning more about him. But now, my friends, all my thoughts and feelings on the Retribution of Dyer. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'm Courtney. I'll see you all next time with a new video up soon, so I will see you then. So, bye! Yo!